Welcome to Foundation Training with Bruno Treves. We will now practice the windmill in detail. The windmill is one of the most challenging foundation training exercises, and it's also one of the most risky, so it is important that you do it right. First, get into the starting position with your feet very wide apart. Make sure that you're still in a comfortable stand. If you go far too wide, it might be hard for you to hinge properly. So just be sure that you find the sweet spot. The outer edges of the feet are going to be parallel to each other, just like in every other stance we have. Sometimes it's okay to let the toes open up just a little bit, maybe for the windmill or the squat. But keep that opening to a minimal and try to keep your femur rotating slightly in. From here, as always, we decompress first, lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. The thumbs can go to the base of the rib cage, or perhaps with your thumbs out a little bit, and we find that decompression breathing. Once you feel fully decompressed, you start to hinge your hips back, making sure that the weight goes back into the heels and that the hips are pulling far back behind you. From there, it's okay to let the knees bend a little bit more as you let the fingertips touch the ground. It is essential that in this position, your low back maintains its natural curvature. From here, it is first the hip that moves. So in this case, if I'm opening to the left, it is the right hip that turns in like such. This is the movement of the right hip. If I'm opening to the right side, then it is the left hip that turns as I move. So it will look like this. Hinge back, knees bend a little bit, fingertips floating on the ground, right hip turns in, and then the rest of the body rotates. So notice I'm not twisting my torso first, I'm twisting my hip first. On to the other side, hip, and then the rotation. Then you come up. I'm going to show you exactly the same thing from the profile view. Again, wide legs, as comfortable as you can, toes pointing straight, knees slightly bent, long spine, back of the neck long, lower back starts to get into its natural strong curvature as we hinge back. Notice the knees are very straight, and for me, when I lower down, I can still keep the knees straight. I'm not squatting in. I'm trying to keep the knees pulling back with the hips and the weight pulling back. My back still arched, fingertips onto the ground, and I open to rotate, and I open to rotate. I open to rotate, open and rotate. If I notice my weight comes forward, I continue to pull that weight back. If I notice my back is rounding, I continue to arch. If I have trouble doing this exercise, maybe it's better for me to come up a little bit, and instead of working on the ground, I can work here, perhaps with a chair or something like that. So I could have a chair here and then open and open. The importance of this movement is to create range of motion on the hips. Again, the importance of this movement is to create range of motion in the hips. Make sure you do this safely. Always remember to check with your lower back and make sure that you feel muscle instead of bone. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I hope you enjoy this. Have a good time.